So we want to let each of us do our jobs, but also say, hey, can I help you? Because we care. We're all here building skills. And I want you each where you can build the skills, build yourself knowing you can help families. A child of the family after they've worked their little hearts out in the intervention room, and you'll see them. It's hard work for them. They're scared, they're confused, they've really put out a lot of effort. So we want it to be successful when we bring them back to the family. Okay? So they have been taught to say sorry. It's an American thing. To these children without a conscience, they're not sorry. It doesn't mean anything to them. So I don't let them say that. When they're in orientation, we tell them they're not allowed to use the word sorry or accident because they're not sorry. When they get a conscience built, then they ask for forgiveness. Will you please forgive me? But they don't use the word sorry. Because they'll slug their mom and go, sorry, and they think it repairs things. And it doesn't. Mom's heart is broken, and sorry doesn't fix it. Okay, so at camp, we don't use it. When we return them, they know what they're supposed to say. We've gone over it with them. They've said what happened, and we're going to say, we're going to have you tell your parents. So they don't say sorry. Then we direct them to make eye contact. Okay, look at your mom, look at your dad, whoever it was that called the intervention, we return them to that parent. If mom says, well, dad's in the bathroom, then you wait. Okay, it's not, well, they can process with mom. Well, no, they need to process with whoever they did it with. So then we say, look in your mom's eyes. So then mom knows what she's supposed to do because we're directing the child, but then we're not telling mom what to do in front of their child, which could be a little disrespectful. And then the child doesn't know what to do in the beginning. They've never done it before. So then we need to say, tell your mom, dad, what happened. Oh, I was spitting my food. Good job telling the truth. So we're modeling for parent for next time. So we say, good job telling the truth. And then we say, get a hug from your mom or dad. Because they don't know when to hug. And it's not give your mom and dad a hug. They're getting a hug. Because they need to feel accepted. They're standing there saying, I am defective. I am not perfect. I made this mistake. And our children, their deepest fear is rejection. So they're afraid, okay, I lied to my brother, and maybe mom's going to throw me out and not love me anymore because I've had that happen. And so that hug is really important right there. And we check, is it a good hug? Are they hands flat and all that? We'll go over it when we do it. All right. Then they got to look at your mom, so we have them back up, and they need to say, may I please, whatever the thing is they're going to do for their mom. Not, I've decided I'm going to vacuum out the car, which is not respectful. It's, may I please vacuum out the car to make it up to you. And then get another hug. So there's 2 hugs when they come back, so they've really got that acceptance. If they give their parent a yucky hug, like, you just say, you know what, mom, she's not ready, and you bring them right back to the intervention room. Just, they're out of there. Okay, we don't leave them like that. They're going to boomerang. Then as we duck out of there real quickly, we smile at mom, dad, hey, we're here for you, call anytime, we're happy. And a lot of times to the child, I like to say, we'll save a spot for you. And they're like, I don't want the spot, which is them pushing me away, reaching for their parents. And that's what we want. Okay? So we're going to practice that. Tomorrow we're going to actually go through it, so we're good. Okay, we don't want to chat or bond with the children. I know I said that 50 times, but it's so, so important. We had a team member that said, Nancy Thomas, these children need love, and I disagree with you. I'm like, you're welcome to disagree with me. At this camp, I really want you to follow. I can't do that. These children need love. So I put it with the blue bandanas. I thought, okay, she can't really wreck them as much. But that was, so she hugged them, she loved them up, she had fun with them. They laughed, they played. 2 of them sobbed when they left camp because they were leaving Wendy. What do we do to those children? And yes, they need love, but from who?
Mom and dad.
Absolutely. When a child is defiant, non-compliant. So when they're talking to another child and I say, I want you quiet, and they do, and just talk again, they need to be in the intervention room because they're starting to push to get ready to blow. They're testing. What are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to do action. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to do action. Flight check. This one, thank you. Okay. After you do it, Kim, you get so tuned into listening for flight checks, and you'll feel it, because they come from all over. Was that a flight check? And you get to the airport, and they go, bag check. I'm like, where is it? Anyway, move them to the flight check room right away for safety, to protect parents from embarrassment, exhaustion, and to remove the audience so the child can calm faster. All right, awesome. Eagle feathers, we did that. For respect, for being responsible, only to family and family members, for all children, reds and blues, not in the team room. We don't give them a feather because they came in there and, picked up leaves and were thoughtful and kind. It's what they do for their family. That's where we're trying to build the relationship. If they're schmoozing us over, it's not building a relationship that matters as much. Okay? They need 20 wing feathers and 5 tail feathers to complete the whole goal there. Only parents give tail feathers. We get 2 wing feathers, but not till the parents start. We want them to have the first opportunity. Parents give them to their own children. They don't give them to the neighbor children. Okay? More helpful tools. Question bands and cards. There's little 3x5 cards. If we have a child that's bugging the mom or dad by asking too many questions, we have them cut a 3x5 in half and use a Sharpie and make big question marks. They get 5 of those at breakfast, and every time they ask a question, they have to give the card to their parent to get the answer. Then they run out of them, and they're out of questions. They can't ask any more questions till lunch. Then they get another 5 cards. So we need to know that, because if they come into the intervention room and they're using the question cards, because not all the children need it. If they're using the question cards, we need to know so that we get a card if they need a question answered. And that includes, may I please use the bathroom? It's like, do you have a card? Nope. Whoop, you got a problem. And do we give them the answer? No, we let them use their brain. Wow, you have a problem. What are you going to do? I don't know. All right, well, think about it. Let me know what your plan is. Letting them know we believe in them. We believe in their ability to solve problems. Okay? So, and what do? They need to earn a card back by doing something nice. So they can pick up a handful of leaves or empty the trash or something in the teepee, and then we give them another card. It's okay. But they have to think of it, or they won't move forward. All right, so that's the question cards. We don't do the question bands anymore. Penguin we talked about. Hand sandwiches when we hold the hands of the little ones. Usually we don't do that with the big ones. They think it's weird, and then they're uncomfortable. But the little ones, they really need it. Butterfly wings is this. We talked about cactus.
You want me to do a cactus?
Yes, would you please? That would be awesome. So the arms are 90 degrees at the shoulder, elbow is 90 degrees out, and she can have her face either way. Usually it's better if their face is away from the people. So people are over here, she's going inside rather than minding everybody else's business. Right, so that's just a cactus. It's just a calming thing. This was developed by one of our team members, and I was like, I'm not sure about that one, but he'd been using it for a number of years. And he said, Freud would have people lay on a couch because it takes all of the focus of the brain and the body off of the core that we use to sit up. He said, when somebody's got really bad information, you have to tell them their mom just died in a car wreck or something. What do you say before you tell them that?
Have a seat.
Yeah, have a seat, because they could keel over because they can't manage the body and the brain with that much level of stress. So that takes the core off some, but laying down takes it off even more. Our children, many of them have been molested and whatever. When we're down, our vulnerable part is protected by our body, okay? So the first time I saw that used, I taught the team, and we were in Washington, actually, at Root Beer Lake. I remember that because I love root beer. Anyway, we were doing the Olympics, And the one family won over another family, and the son, total meltdown, kicked a bucket of water over, blew up. Mom's the flight check, 2 team members went and got him, and he's like, completely berserk. And I just we were way far from the flight check room, so I had the team bring him over into the grass where there was shade and have him do a cactus, and it was less than 30 seconds. From a full-blown fury to, and he took a big breath. I was like, okay, I like that one. It doesn't hurt, it's relaxing, it's not complicated, it's just arms out, like a little saguaro cactus is why they call it that. Okay, and he calmed down, and I let him lay there for a few minutes to just kind of catch his breath because he had his adrenaline pumping, cortisol, and called him over. He knew what happened, was ready to go back and enjoy the rest of the activities with his families. So, cactus. If they have a huge blow up and have to be restrained, we'll use a cactus after that to give them time to just regroup inside and for them not to see what we look like, because we're like, after. Okay, bunny breath. Bunny breath is through your nose in and through your mouth out. So it's like, everybody together. And you're supposed to wrinkle your nose like a bunny. Okay? And it jars, for lack of a better technical term, the vagus nerve when we do that, and helps smooth it out. Okay? Hot soup. Okay. Everybody, get your cup of hot soup. Okay, you got your cup? All right. Now, you got to smell it. Ooh, what kind did you get? Chocolate hot soup. I'm eating at your house, man. Woo! What kind did you get, Miss Cheyenne?
Broccoli cheddar.
Ooh, yeah. What kind did you get?
Chicken noodle.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, okay. I got lobster bisque.
Yeah.
I only had that once in my life, but if I get a choice, man. Oh, but you know what? Our soup's too hot. If we drink it, we're going to burn our lips. You got to blow on it and cool it off. Something's happening to my soup. It's turning into a plate of cookies. Ah! David, Mr. David, what kind of cookies do you have?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah, rocking it. This is a chocolate-loving man. I knew I liked you for some reason. All right, Miss Cheyenne, what kind of cookies you got?
Oatmeal raisin.
Yeah. Oh, oatmeal raisins. Yeah, what kind you got? Smell them, see what you got.
Macadamia.
Ooh, yeah. What you got? All-American classic. Mine's chocolate chip, too. Okay, but they're too hot to eat. We got to blow on them. All right, so it's just fun, playful ways to get them. So you can see, if you're working with a 15-year-old trying to do that, it's not going to wash. Okay, but it's for the little ones. You got a 5 or 6-year-old, probably up above that, maybe not. But some of our children emotionally are much, much younger than their years. So a 7-year-old may very well be a 2 or 3-year-old, and you can get them using that technique. All right, so just judge the child. Would I want to try that with this one? No. But we teach all of the breathing techniques during orientation. So all of them, learn them. You'll just see the teenagers are going, really? I don't think so. But it's a good skill to have. Mouth hug. Oh, gee. We changed that about 12 years ago. And the term is mouth check, like flight check. It's mouth check. So it's mouth check, and it's this. Okay? So they're not blocking their air. It's just, their mouth is just running. It's a mouth check. Okay? Strong hands is their hands on top of their head. So when you line the children up to take them to wash their hands before lunch and set the table, somebody's pushing, shoving, grabbing, strong hands. So their hands like a prisoner. It's not where I got it, but it's like, okay, we're driving, they're slapping each other. I need them to control their hands, so I gave them something to do with their hands that would stop the inappropriate behavior. So it's just 2 hands. My arms don't go up that high, but that's why my hair looks like this. It's 2 hands on top of your head. Yeah, JP's got it. Okay. Baby ducks is them following you or following the parents. Just, follow the leader kind of a thing. And again, that's not teenagers. cross crawl while jumping on the mini trampoline, usually we just have them jump. As long as they're safe, they cannot jump off and on and be safe. The thing will tip and they'll get hurt. Okay, but as long as they're jumping and not hurting anybody, we're good. It's not like they have to come this far off the mat and their arms have to be like that. It's whatever. But sometimes they've been on there so long, they're going into a stupor, and they need to use their brain a little bit or speed it up. And so we have them raise their right arm up and then touch their left knee. Left arm up and then touch the right knee. So it's the opposite, and it's called a cross crawl. So while they're jumping, they do that. Okay, and sorry, my arm's going to go up, so I can't really do a demo there. All right, just to change it up in the flight check room. We want to keep the atmosphere positive, happy, and calm. And Miss Cheyenne is our flight check chief. FCC is the initials for that. So when we're in there with Miss Cheyenne, sometimes we're talking and laughing and we don't realize the atmosphere in the room is not calm enough for the children. So it's really better if we just talk softly. If we whisper, the children think we're plotting their death. I mean, if they can't hear what we're saying. But if it's something important and we just want to talk softly, that's okay. We just don't want to tell stories about, my brother-in-law got run over by a bus and, they'll have nightmares. I mean, they already have them. So we just want to be careful what we're saying. We're not giving them new ideas or something. Noise level down. Protect the young ones. What we do, if we hear there's a big one coming in, we do what we call an exodus. We move all of the children out. So somebody just says, exodus, you grab 2 children, so you have them in your hands, get out of the teepee, and you walk in a big circle around the yard. You just keep walking in a big circle because there's nobody watching you if you're alone, okay? And just keep walking until they calm down and you feel their tension, you can feel it. And then, okay, so what happened? Oh, all right, that's good to know. Thank you for telling the well, not thank you for telling the good job telling the truth. All right, and what happened with you? All right, good job telling the truth. So what's your plan? And we're just walking a big circle, having them process out there and take them back without taking them back into the teepee. So that's an exodus. If we're all at the dining table, they're getting ready, they haven't processed, and they're getting ready to do a fashion show. I don't want them having entertainment while they're in the flight check. We need to exodus all the children to the teepee. So exodus means clear all the children to a different place. All right? Bathroom runs are made by 2 team members. So from the teepee to the bathroom is a hike because it's from here to there. We need to have 2 people because they use the bathroom over here. You need to check the bathroom after they use it. I had one who would go in my bathroom, he lived with me for a year, and poop in the trash can. I mean, his little tush could have just moved over a few inches and he would have been on the pot and it would have been just flush it instead of having to scrub and disinfect, but he would poop in the trash can. Some of them smear poop all over the seat, some of them don't flush the toilet, some of them plug up the sink with the toilet paper. They just do stuff in the bathroom. So you gotta check it out. You're holding your hand on the way in here. We can't very well keep the door open and watch them for safety because it'd be inappropriate. So they're in there, it's closed. I don't have any razors or Clorox in there. Okay, so we have a couple of puzzles in TP, and those are for us to disengage from the children. So while we're in the TP, if you're working with a particular child, and Cheyenne will have all the cards, and when you come in and you might want to just observe Cheyenne for a little bit till you feel like, okay, I'm ready to roll. And you can say, Cheyenne, do you have anybody who needs to be processed, or anybody who needs to work on their life? How about that, short and easy? And then she'll give you the card. So that means you're now in charge of that child. You can't go get lunch and take the card and nobody. If you have to leave, you say, Cheyenne, do you want to assign somebody else to this card? So that she knows who's gotten a chance to practice with the children, because I want all of you to practice with the children. That's very, very important. And they're all unique and different. It's fun. It's the most fun part of camp for me. Well, besides water balloon volleyball. Anyway, so there's a puzzle. So the child's going, Mr. David, I am ready. Mr. David, get over here. I'm ready to practice. Mr. David, I said I'm ready. She's like, who's going crazy in here? You can go, hey, you know, I was thinking I'd work on the sky. Do you have any blue? I didn't get my water and that weird thing. Sorry. I think I'd work on this part of the puzzle. Can I have the blue pieces? So you just disengage. Puzzle is to disengage with. If you didn't get that. I don't care if the puzzle gets done or not. It's just there to help us. To keep it calm. When you're doing a puzzle, it's quiet and calm. All right? Touch music, very calming. We got that? We're good? Okay. Keep siblings separate and others that trigger them. Medication is given by parents. Oh, if we have children on medication and mom comes in and wants to give you a handful of pills for their child, legally we really can't give somebody else's child medication. So most of the time, if the child's sort of stable, we'll have the mom come in and give them their meds. If the child is going to attack mom or do a huge pity party to break her heart because that's their thing, then we'll say, can they wait 30 minutes? Is that okay? Some medications they have to be on time, and I don't want to mess anything up, so I always check. Can you come back in 30 minutes or however long you think the child needs? But if they have to have their medication right now and the child's going to blow up and it's not going to be safe, I will give them their medication for the mom. But that's my call. Trust. We need to build trust with the children. There's 5 tests that they're going to put us through to see if we are trustworthy. The first test that all children with reactive attachment disorder are going to use with all of us is, can I interrupt you? All right? And it's, can I get you off of the subject you're on and get you on the subject I want you on? Can I control you that much? If you flunk that and let them interrupt you, they will move to test number 2. And we just lost a little bit of credibility. Test number 2 is, can I get you to repeat yourself? And they'll do, huh? They're hypervigilant. They heard you unless you talk in a little whisper or somebody just sneezed right then or, some big loud noise. The train blew a horn. They're going to be listening to the train. Okay? But otherwise, they heard you. So I like to say, what is it I just said? They'll repeat word for word what you just said. I just thought of another kid. She can't keep telling these stories, but he was flight checked, and I was processing him, so I was at the table downstairs, our flight check tables, and he finished doing what he needed to do, and I wanted him to come over so I could talk to him because I couldn't hear him. And I said, over here. And he didn't move. And I said, what did I just say? He said, you said over here. I said, right. And he didn't move. So I'm like, what does that mean? It means I'm not listening. Right. And he didn't move. I'm like, okay, I am completely confused. So I'm like, so you're not listening like what? Well, I'm not hearing. Oh, hearing and over here are two, here and here. H-E-A-R, and you're overhearing somebody's conversation because I didn't say, come over here. I had shortened it. Over here, because I did a little head thing. Over here. He was from Russia, so this is his second language. And I was confused. I wasn't mad at him because he didn't look defiant. He didn't look like, he just looked like lost. And I'm like, what's the problem? And it was my communication that was the problem. So we just want to be mindful. Some of our children have hearing problems, and until Miss Judy fixes their ear-brain connection with her SSP, they don't get it. So it's kind of like, okay, I can't repeat myself if it's a control thing, but does this child understand what I'm saying? So just use your best judgment there. Because if you repeat yourself and it was a control thing, you just lost 2 steps away from trust. And we already started at -10 because the world has betrayed them so much. All right, test number 3 is, can I get you to believe my lies? They're master liars. And when we have a conscience and we're going to lie, we look all the way up to the right we move our eyes up to the right or to the left, depending on where that particular memory is stored. We do like that, and then we lie. Like, my sister is built like I am. Okay, my little sister. I love my little sister. And if she comes out in a new outfit and she looks like a beach ball and she says, do I look fat in this? I love my sister. I'm going to say, oh, I just love the colors on that. She's such a thing. She'll say, but do I look fat in it? So I'm trying to sidestep. I'm not going to say, man, you look like a beach ball. I don't want to hurt my sister. That's like, no. You look beautiful. She's my sister. Is it wrong? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. Okay? So, anyway, when people lie, and some people lie just because they're liars. Judy won't even lie that much. She's like integrity times 1,000. So, if we believe their lies, I really didn't do it. My mother lied. She wrote that on there just to get the chocolate. What are the odds of that? She brought this child all the way across the country to get our chocolate. We got some good stuff, but really, and I'll just say, wow, what kind of a mother would do that? This child should stay in here with us. And we're boring. They don't want to stay with us. And they're like, oh man. And pretty soon they're like, my mother didn't do it for the chocolate. I was. So anyway, they lie. Most of the words out of their mouth are lies. I don't know what I did. It's a lie. What they mean is, I don't want to tell you what I did. That's okay. You can take your time. No rush. 4th one. If you flunk all 4 of those, they'll take it up a notch to stealing from you to see if they can possess your possession, because it's a power move. I have your iPad. I have your watch. I have your cell phone. I'm smarter and more powerful than you. And they're getting sicker by the minute, and they're never going to trust you. Okay? Well, they might. But they get to number 5. Can I hurt your animals? Or a baby. Something you love that can't talk. So the reason that is such a big deal, it took me a while, because I always said, once children start abusing animals, you need to run, not walk, to the nearest powerful therapist and be in there a lot. Okay, and they absolutely need therapy anyway. I'm just saying. But huge red flag. All of the serial killers hurt and killed animals before they hurt and killed people. Most of the school shooters hurt and killed animals before they were school shooters. It's a huge red flag. But to understand why, I love my dogs. Okay, I love my cows. I love my chickens. I love my turkey. I pick them up. I kiss their face. I tell them they're beautiful and sweet and wonderful. And children see the love we have when we cuddle. Oh, they see it. They don't see the love we have for them that we pour out too, but they block it. They don't see it. So they go, I know you love that dog. I'm not sure if you love me. Would you protect that dog? Could I get a hold of it and hurt it? Because if I can hurt that dog that you love so, so much, and you're not protecting it, then you wouldn't protect me even less. I mean, you would protect me even less. Okay, so it's huge. It's like, I am not safe here because you're not a protector. You don't protect this dog or this cat that you love so, so much. You were saying that one child that had killed 5 animals in the family. Why would that child ever be able to trust that family? Because they got access that many times. All right, so they start with the interrupting. We aren't letting them interrupt us here at camp. Not in the teepee, not at the flight check table. And when they interrupt the parents, they need to do a flight check. All right, we aren't going to interrupt each other because we're setting an example of what people do when they're respectful and kind to each other. All right.
So, when a child attempts to interrupt, just ignore?
No, the reason we don't ignore the children is if you ignore them, they'll escalate. And there's a stupid parenting thing out there where you ignore the bad behavior and you reward the good behavior. Well, our children will take it from down here to up here to up here. Hello, look at me. Hello, look. Hello, look. I'm going to die. Look. You know, so we don't ignore. So I just say, you know what? I'm talking right now. I want you to write what it is that's so important to you. Or if they're too little, I say, I want you to draw a picture about whatever it is. When I finish talking, we'll discuss it. So who's working harder on it, me or them? Because they have to now write it down or draw a picture.